Hello and welcome to Open204. The goal of the Open204 project is to provide a set of open source software engineering tools for Model204 development. In this session I will demonstrate some of the features of the Model204 IDE. What we have here is a UML diagram of a person class. Over on the left here, if we right click, scroll down, and we can launch the code generator. As you can see here, it's generated our person class for us. Now the comments with the double star and the square bracket are formal comments which are used to generate the documentation. So we generate the documentation by right-clicking on the procedure, scrolling down and clicking on M204 DocGen. So we can see here this has generated a person HTML file. So in this example, I'll just fill in some of the details. We'll make the name string length 20. Okay, so again I'll right click, scroll down to M204 DocGen. If we have a look at the HTML file, we see that it's generated documentation for us from the formal comments within the code. Gives us a variable summary, method summary, and the method detail. Okay. So now let's create a procedure and plug in our person class. So we include the person class. We'll declare Bob as an object of type person. And we'll save that. So here we can see that the IDE is highlighting some of the keywords for us. So now so we can see here we've typed Bob with the colon, and now it's given us a drop down box of all the members of the class person. So if we set Bob's age to 25, okay. And what we can do is show some of the error marking that can happen with the IDE. So now if we try and assign Bob's age, which is of type fixed, to S, which is of type string, we'll save that. If we look under problems, we see we have one error in our code. and that's telling us that we cannot convert a fixed type to a string. Okay, the final thing I'd like to demonstrate today is a simple example of the debugger client. So in this case we'll just remove some of this code, and at the moment the debugger client only works very simply with assignment statements, but it does give us a bit of a feel for the potential of the debugger as a plugin. Okay, so we'll save that. Now to launch the debugger, we right click, scroll down to Debug As, select Debug Configurations, and in this case we're running against the test person M204, and in fact I'm going to close that because we haven't set a breakpoint. So I'll come up here, we right click on the left hand side, scroll down, and I'll toggle a breakpoint on the first assignment statement, and again launch the debugger. Okay. We better save our changes. Okay. Right, we're getting an error there. So what I might do is just get rid of Bob, and we'll just run with this very simple example. We'll save that and launch the debugger again. Okay. So down here in the console we see that the event socket and request socket are open. Now in this example we're talking to the M204 interpreter, which is running on the PC at the moment. So if we switch over to the debug perspective, we see that the first breakpoint has been hit where we're assigning 5 to the variable I. And up here in this window we see a list of our variables. In this case it's just our single variable I, which is initialized to 0. So to step through the code, we now see that the debugger's moved down a single line and executed line 5, and we see that I is now set to a value of 5. So if we step again, the value of I is now 10, 15. I'll execute the last line, and that's it. Okay. So in this session we've just demonstrated some of the features of the Model204 IDE. Check out the website at Open204.org for more details. Thank you.